Welcome back to the John Mendola Show here on WILK. 10:19 in the morning, continuing the conversation with the Wyoming Seminary boys basketball team and their head coach, Pete Moses. And Pete, you know this guy a little bit, Jeremy Callahan. So tell us a little bit about what you see from Jeremy and what he has to offer.
Well, I know well about Jeremy because for the last 2 years I had a game plan to try to stop him, and now it's a lot easier being on this side of the ball and being able to coach him rather than worry about stopping him. Jeremy is an excellent player with a great basketball IQ. Obviously he's a coach's kid, so he knows the game inside and out. But his ability to catch off to shoot off the catch and to shoot off the dribble makes him very unique. Most kids in high school basketball don't possess both abilities, but Jeremy, I think over the summer, probably on defense for us in summer league, took more charges than anybody else on the team. He's a tough kid and plays injured, gives you 110% all the time when he's on the floor.
All right, let's welcome in Jeremy Callahan here on the John Mendola Show. And Jeremy, first up, we talked during golf season, a sport that you're getting hotter and hotter at. Talk a little bit about having a fantastic year there with the Sim golf team.
Yeah, golf is definitely something I had to pick up at SEM because they require you to do 2 extracurricular activities. So it was something I picked up for fun, but the more I did it, the more I enjoyed it, the harder I worked at it. So it just became something fun to do, and just over the years, it just got easier for me.
Is it eating at you a little more, as saying maybe I should get a little bit more serious, or basketball still that first passion that you just love it so much?
No, definitely basketball is still that first passion I have. I've played it ever since I was little, so it's never going to go away. But golf has definitely worked its way into being something that's very important to me and something that I really care about.
Well, let's talk about your excitement for this season with this group of guys here at Wyoming Seminary. It could be a special year. Everybody's got to stay healthy. Things you guys still got to work hard. There's a lot of factors to it. You guys have to see the same way that Coach Moses. Talk a little bit about what you're excited about with the potential here with the Wyoming Seminary basketball team.
Yeah, I definitely think this could be a very special year for us individually and us as a program. We have basically everyone back except for Tyler Maddock, but we've been playing together for a couple years now, and we kind of know each other, kind of know how we want to play, and we kind of have expectations of what we want to do this year. I think another district title would really benefit us, and I think trying to go farther in states and hopefully giving Newman Gretty a run will definitely be on the agenda.
There's not many teams that you could ever say, hey, there's 5 starters or all in double figures. I can go back to long time ago. Trevor Woodruff, now the coach at the University of Scranton, he was on a team at Wyalusing. They had 5 guys that scored in double figures. This team has that potential without a doubt.
Yeah, there's definitely everyone on this team has the ability to have a big night if they're feeling it, and I think we as a team know if someone's having a good night, we're going to give them the ball more often that night because it's just going to be how we're going to win that game. So I think we're all unselfish and we all know what we're capable of, and I think that's really dangerous to other teams because you never know who's going to have a good night.
Look up to your brother who's a basketball player, your dad who has coached AAU and been around the game, was a good player, a very good player at GAR. Talk a little bit about being around those guys being around you and coming and watching you. I'm sure it's all fun.
Yeah, it's definitely hard when my brother's in college and he's away, but I try to watch all of his games on the internet and try to go to as many as I can. And my father does the same for both of us, and he tries to drive down to see Seth's game and come back and see mine. So he definitely tries his hardest, but they're both big influences on my love for the game and how when we go work out, and definitely have influenced how I've worked as a player and definitely as a person.
Talk about guys 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I mean, down that bench there at SEM, trying to push you guys in practice to make sure you guys, have a little depth when you need it.
Yeah, it's definitely an advantage in practice when you're able to go against kids who can push you every day and can play at the varsity level. Not a lot of teams have that, so I think that only just helps us in the long run, and it helps everyone. It doesn't just help us at getting better, it helps them when they go into the game and they're prepared for this stage.
All right, Jeremy. Well, continued success. Congratulations. Great golf season. Go get him on the basketball court.
Thank you.
All right, let's get over to Todd Phillips. But first, hear from Coach Moses to talk a little bit about Todd. Coach, talk about Todd's versatility for you.
Yeah, Todd is the epitome of a 3-sport athlete at SEM. Obviously, he's football player, baseball player, basketball player, and he gives 110% every season to all of his coaches. Todd came in right after football season, didn't miss a beat. Got right on the floor, helped contribute for us. Very important piece to this puzzle. If you saw the district championship game last year, you know how important Todd is to this team, and maybe doesn't get all the notoriety or credit he should, but he definitely is getting it from me. Todd is a very important player for us. He will play on the perimeter. He will play down low, depending upon the personnel we have in the game. So we're looking for big things from Todd.
All right, let's welcome in Todd Phillips here on the John Mendola Show. Todd, for you, you do it all, as Coach said. How excited are you about the basketball season upcoming here?
I can't wait. We got a new coach, Pete Moses, from Wyoming area. Had a great time there. Turned that whole program around. Got a lot of teammates that are looking forward to getting better in the gym every day.
And, of course, for you, you did some football in the fall. Baseball probably still your favorite there in the spring?
Yeah, I'd say so. Two other sports, football and basketball, definitely have grown on me. They're both very influential to me, and just looking forward to go season to season.
Now, the baking club, is it something that you're involved with, or something you're doing on the weekends over at the Knockley's house? Like, what's going on with the baking club?
That's definitely something we would do over at the Knockley's house from weekend to weekend. But, yeah, we try to do that during school as often as we can.
Big family, older siblings. So talk about what their influence has been on you and your relationship with them.
Yeah, I have two older brothers and one older sister. Both of my older brothers have played basketball in high school, and my older sister even did too. None of them played at the college level, but they're definitely big influences on me. They help me and push me every day to get better.
You know, it's interesting here, your dad, Joe, played at Coughlin, was a fantastic athlete. We already talked to, your teammate, Jeremy Callahan. His dad was an athlete at GAR. And, of course, we're going to talk to Jake Koretz, who was a very good athlete at GAR as well. 3 city guys that were tremendous athletes, and now we got their kids over at SEM. So talk about your influence that your dad has had on your life.
Yeah, he's with me in the gym as often as he can, balancing work and with the other boys in the family. But, yeah, he tries to help me and get better as best as I can.
And as far as the camaraderie that you guys have out there on the court, what's that like?
That's one of our strengths, I believe. We're both, all of us are really good on and off the court. We hang out during our days off and try to help each other get better.
Talk about the even keel. Your dad, as an athlete, kind of an even keel kind of guy. I'm sure it kind of rubbed off on you. You never get too high or too low. Talk about, especially in the basketball court, because the spotlight's on you, the crowd's right there. Just trying to be there and making sure you keep your cool, making sure, you could sink those free throws when you need to.
Yeah, he was also a 3-sport athlete in high school. He played football, basketball, and baseball just like myself. He teaches me to be as calm as I can and just focus on what's most important at hand.
All right, Todd, we'll go get him this year, your junior season. We wish you the best.
Thank you.
All right, now let's move on. Coach Moses, one more guy to get to. Jake Koretz is with us today. And tell us a little bit about Jake's ability out there on the court. He's a sophomore, and just every time on the court seems like he's getting a little better.
Yeah, well, Jake, for a 10th grader, really exhibits a lot of maturity and leadership. He and Jeremy obviously will play in the backcourt together, and they're both combo guards. But primarily Jake will be the point guard and in that role. And in that role, he is required, obviously, to keep everything in check. He's my quarterback on the court, and to trust a 10th grader with that, I definitely have to have a lot of faith in him, and I do. Jake has probably worked as hard as anybody, maybe the hardest of anybody since I got the job. He's in the gym every single day in the spring and the summer and all fall. And now he has the keys to the offense, and he probably will for the next 3 years. And so we hope that he'll continue to grow in that role as a point guard and make everybody around him better. And with this crew, I mean, that's a tough task because there's a lot of guys on this team that need to get touches and a lot of guys on this team that need to contribute, and Jake is going to be the catalyst for a lot of that.
All right, let's welcome in Jake Koretz here on the John Mendola Show. Jake, let's talk about the game of basketball. Obviously, Dad was tremendous at basketball. Talk about your first early days playing basketball, what that was like, and is just something that has grown on with you here into your sophomore year?
Yeah, my dad introducing me to the game of basketball was something very important to me at a young age. I've been playing since I was in second grade, and that's always helped me keep busy, and it's something that I've really enjoyed, and it's always grown on me, and I've always wanted to get better at.
Yeah, things are different. Going back to your dad's days, or Jeremy's father or Todd's father's days. Maybe those guys are playing on the streets or playing at parks and different things like that. For most of you guys, it's been like AAU basketball, getting together with teams and different stuff. Talk a little bit about whether you're shooting around, you have a basket in the backyard, or you go to a park. Like, where do you play a lot of your basketball when it's not with Wyoming Seminary?
Well, yeah, AAU is a big part of basketball for me. That's something that I really enjoy, and getting the opportunity to travel and play against a lot of talent in the summer and year-round is something very important that I don't take for granted of. I really appreciate it. But always trying to get in the gym whenever I can, whether it's with my dad or coaches or whoever, just trying to get better and work on my skills is something very important.
Let's talk about the work ethic of this group. How hungry are the guys here at SEM?
I think everyone at SEM's really hungry to get better. We're not satisfied at all with how we ended last year, even though we won our division and won a district title. We're hungry to get better and improve every day, and that's really important.
Heck of a job in the classroom, much like most of your teammates. 4.0, 3.7s, 3.8s. You guys are doing the job there. Talk about being dedicated in the classroom. And at SEM, there's definitely some academic challenges.
Yeah, SEM has definitely been academically challenging, but the classroom and my grades is something that my parents have preached to me since I was very little. So I've just always tried to try my best in the classroom and get it done, because that's what's going to be most important.
Your dad, Larry, does he kind of leave it in your hands as far as how hard you're going to work, or does he really have to push you? Talk a little bit about what that relationship's like as he's your role model.
No, my dad's definitely always left it up to me with how much I want to work or how hard I want to work. He's said multiple times that he doesn't care whether I play basketball or not, but always trying to model my game after my dad, and always trying to work hard is something that's been important to me.
All right, Jake. Well, we hope you have a successful season here in your sophomore year.
Thank you.
All right, Jake Koretz, Coach Pete Moses, and the rest of the Wyoming Seminary guys. Appreciate them coming in today. And, of course, we hope you guys have a great holiday weekend. Hey, it is a small business Saturday. We appreciate the businesses here that support the John Mendola Show week in and week out. So, again, thank you so much, and try to get out and support some more of our local businesses here in northeastern Pennsylvania that try to highlight student athletes and coaches from high school and local colleges here. We're going to take a time out. Let's head out now to our local State Farm insurance agent, Frank Sorokach. Break like a good neighbor. Frank Sorokach in Tunkhannock is there. We'll be back on WILK.